Okay, let this be a fresh new start with positive vibes only. Talk to me, guys. We got 15 minutes. How can I be of service in as it relates to what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm just kind of we're interested in the MTR
Mm-hmm.
uh, technique and just
Okay.
arbitrage probably
Arbitrage?
would be a good way to I think to less expenses to get in.
Okay. Have you done any short-term rental in the past before, or is this brand new? Where do we stand?
I've done in my business back in Israel, but it's a different, I guess I don't know how similar or different it is, but I had a retreat center.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have like yoga, meditation retreats,
Yeah.
sleeping many people, and I would also have like midterm rentals. So
Okay.
mostly from like an oil company from Europe, they would come
Mm-hmm.
and they would stay for 3 months, 6 months, eight
Got it.
months,
Yeah.
one
Got it.
month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So, based on your current situation, there's multiple ways to get started, right? Like if you're in here, it's either one of the easiest ones to do is co-hosting. So that means like you would reach out to someone who's operating an Airbnb, right? You guys are familiar with that. And say, hey, listen, we're getting to this space. I want to actually manage this for you, right? Now you don't have to pay any of the furniture up front. It's called co-hosting. So it's not management, it's co-hosting, which means that you would manage the Airbnb listing, you would manage the guest communication, and then you have an agreement with the homeowner where you take a percentage. There's a lot of people who do that. I'm currently doing that as well. We own co-host and manage, right? Co-hosting is the lowest hanging fruit because there's no risk up front. You just need to be able to say that, hey, I'm an expert in this, or at least I have expertise. We've done this before. We're going to do it here. Seems like it's a big headache for you, or you don't want to deal with the day-to-day managing cleaners, etc. We'll do all that and we'll take a haircut from what we gross, right? So that is fostering relationships, having investors who are short-term rental operators who are just tired of operating. Some people do it reaching out through Airbnb. People have reached out to us. We don't really respond. I think it'd be a matter of I would start networking locally, going to like a meetup, meeting up with people who are already in the short-term rental space would be my lowest hanging fruit. Then the arbitrage is very similar, but arbitrage is typically corporate. So you have to get a corporation because a lot of these either buildings or homeowners, you don't have to, but it's best practice to go and say, hey, I want to do this. I've done this back home in Israel. I'm a corporation. I actually want to before we proceed, ask permission. Are you okay if my clients are staying on behalf of me? Because that's the model, right? You're getting a list, you get the approval from the homeowner first, or the landlord, or the management company that you're going to be arbitraging. There's no worst way to start a relationship by not being transparent, right? So I would do that, and the way to do that, Zillow is a good one. You know, I would look for single family because when you want to talk, I'm transitioning to the midterm rental insurance model. Homes are usually the best because what happens is that a displaced family that's in a 3 or 4 bedroom home or 4 or 5 bedroom home is displaced and needs to stay in a midterm rental. They're looking for a home typically. I currently have a family that's coming from a townhome that's going to go into a home, but that's the beauty of it, right? If anything, you have a better product to offer. So I do like single family homes, and you'll find if you're reaching on Zillow Rental Manager or you speak to a realtor, whoever the case might be, that it's easier to find landlords who are more open to the idea rather than buildings. I feel like you could for arbitrage, you could do buildings, but again, it's not the same type of product. I like doing homes because homes you're then able to solve a large problem. You can have a dog there, you can have a family there. They do have a fenced in backyard, and therefore that's how you're able to charge a premium. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
based on those three things, which direction you want to go? Because we got 5 minutes, and I want to be able to maybe one piqued your interest more. Was it the arbitrage with the insurance?
Arbitrage
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
arbitrage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done the Airbnb. I would like to do something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the only thing to keep in mind is when you're gonna do arbitrage, and I'm happy to send you because my partner, I'll send this to you and I'll make a note here. My partner Rachel, she actually has a arbitrage entire dedicated resource for this. Her name is Dr. Rachel. Are you familiar with her? Dr. Rachel
Yeah.
Gaither.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's my partner. Actually, we just launched a podcast together. We just had a retreat together in Florida. She has a specific, literally, call it a master class around this, or an entire course around this. She's a great resource. She's the one that I learned from. She's my partner. We work together now. I think getting educated on that, because there's so many, I think, steps to it that, to tell you in 5 minutes, but I would definitely lean into that model as well, because, but the only thing to think about is, and if you listen to my latest podcast, which I'll send you as well with her, I like having an exit strategy, and I want the exit strategy to allow me to still be able to Airbnb. That's not what we're optimizing for, but in
Yeah.
between gaps, we
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
want to have an Airbnb listing where we can even say 5-day minimum, 6, 7 day minimum, to then still be able to capitalize for days when we don't have a long term or a midterm, right? But I think the asset matters. And I would really lean, if I were starting from scratch, again, my whole thing is I want to increase the chances of me landing a contract, like those large contracts. Like we're looking at, we have a 3-month inquiry, we got a 3-month approval, we got a family walking in for 3 months. We just got another one for 3 months for a fire. Those happens. They love to relocate in homes. I can't speak on condos, but it's typically larger than 3 bedrooms, and it's a single family home. So that's what I would be looking to arbitrage with the exit strategy of, like, if we don't have a booking, that we are also listed on Airbnb. That way the home's not sitting empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Any
And when
specific questions around
uh
like arbitrage? Because it's a big topic, but
were
I
you
want
were
I
you
want to.
saying the co-hosting or the Airbnb, you could like do sort of like rental arbitrage, like
It's the same thing.
yeah,
The difference is
just you're not
arbitraging.
furnishing it.
You're not furnishing it, and you don't have a contract. You have a contract with the homeowner. So we
Yeah.
have a co-host relationship where we have a contract with the homeowner, and when we have an insurance company, this literally is happening as we're speaking. We have a contract with the insurance company that pays us, and then we pay our co-host, the homeowner that furnished the property, etc. We tell them what we need. We need this, we need that, we need new towels, we need that. They're paying for it. We're not. We're just
Yeah.
taking a haircut, right? Usually
Uh-huh.
20% off the
Hmm.
top line revenue. So you're going to have two contracts in that situation. So that's co-hosting. It's almost, I like co-hosting more because I don't have to put any risk. The only tricky thing with that is you have to have the relationship and trust. And the reason they trusted us, we've worked together before. They know we're doing it. So there's trust. So you might probably, shoot your shot by doing one rental arbitrage by yourself, testing it out, and
Yeah.
then attracting homeowners who are like, wow, like, Shuli and Drew, this is pretty interesting what you guys are doing here. Would you mind doing that for us? And now you have a proof of concept, and then I would do co-host, because we spend anywhere up to $20,000 up front for furniture on a 4 to 5 bedroom home. Now that could be, that's even on the low end, right? If you really want to go above and beyond, I'm sure surely it's more, right? And so, but with co-hosting, all I have to do is do the groundwork with the relationship. Hey, like, Drew and Julie, like, would you guys? Is it Shuli, by the way? I want to make sure I'm saying that right.
Shelly.
Shelly,
Oh,
but
I
it's
heard
okay.
Shuli. I heard Shuli
That's
because I'm
okay.
like,
Shuli
I've
is
never heard Shuli before.
Shuli
Yeah.
is a common name in Israel, but
I was,
Shelly.
yeah, okay, Shelly. So Drew and Shelly, like, I'm very seasoned, and you guys have a property, it's furnished. I would love to do this model for you. And I'll do the setup. I pay for photography. I do those little things. They pay utilities. They're doing all that. And then I'm just gonna take 20% of what we make. And by the way, I also have this new strategy now where I'll work directly with insurance companies, and will list your property in their database so that when they reach out to me, we all have a chance to make more revenue and profit. Are you okay with that? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that might sounds good. And I know people are really burnt out from Airbnb.
That's right. So that is your opportunity to do that. Now, I would say you definitely want to have some knowledge around, right, this, and this is obviously, I specialize in MTR insurance. If you want arbitrage though, I'll definitely send you to my partner. I'm happy to send an email to you guys with the info. um I do have a boot camp that I host every month. If you're kind of interested in like getting, okay, how would I start this? I'm happy to share that with you guys. But otherwise, I think you're in good place. I do have a lot of content on my social. I don't know if you guys follow me on YouTube, but there's a lot of great content on there that I speak about. So
Yeah,
feel free to
I'll
tap
check
in.
it out.
Yeah, we have a long road trip, so we'll make sure to listen.
One last question.
Sure.
We're gonna be in like Santa Fe, Albuquerque, New Mexico area.
Hmm.
I don't know what you think about the market there. If you know
Oh,
what's
this works
happening.
everywhere. This
Yeah.
works everywhere.
Okay.
What I would do though, when you pick your market, you guys familiar with AirDNA?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I haven't
You
used it much. I've heard it
use
mentioned.
it because use Airbnb numbers. People are like, how do I factor in how often I can get midterm rental insurance contract? You can't. You foster the relationships and you have the Airbnb as the backup plan, but we don't need Airbnb as a backup plan when you're properly optimized. And that's what I teach is you got to be optimized. You got to list in the right databases. You got to open up your listing booking calendar. So there's a minimum of 30 days, remove instant book, right? So, and then you got to put in your copy that you specialize now. You got to attract the right avatar because these companies are searching all the time for, homeowners who are just either not available or not pet friendly. You got to be pet friendly. If you've never been pet friendly before, throw that out the window. This is a pet friendly space because that's why you're able to charge a premium. Okay. So just things like that are going to allow you to get these bookings and then you foster the relationship with that relocation specialist. And if you meet the family, you ask who is their relocation specialist or the insurance adjuster, you get that contact and you foster that relationship because that's a lifetime customer value right there to be able to build it because they will bring you more business. So that's
What
what
do you do?
business.
Are you mentoring? Are
Oh,
you
I'm an investor. So I literally you can check my page out on
so why are
investedescapes.com.
you doing this?
Oh,
Why
I
are
do
you
coach.
like
I do coach as well. So I'm an
so you do
investor
coaching?
and I do have a mastermind group where I teach others how to do this, right? Whether you're a co-host, whether you're an investor as well. So I will send you details if you're interested. This is just my way to continue to coach and educate for free. And then if people want to find out and more about me, it's easy to find out, but this is my way to continue to educate as many investors as possible. My goal is 1,000 this year, so you guys are helping me get off to a great start.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for sharing your time and
Oh
for
my God, of
being
course.
so open and sweet and kind and
Thank you.
knowledge is there to be given. So thank you
Yes,
for sharing it and
absolutely.
and we're in a position that we could use it. So thank you.
Yes. And just if you commit to this space, it can be the most rewarding space. And it has been for us and all the people that I work with. And so I always have an email that will go out. I'll send you an email on how other free resources, the YouTube, all that stuff, or how you if you ever want to work with me or book a consult, whatever. But just there's so much good information out there. And if you just stick to it, it's very rewarding and it's a very rewarding space. So just trust the process, and I encourage you guys. It will be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, guys. And
Yeah,
I'm
happy New
sending
Year.
positive vibes your way. Okay.
Thank you.
To you too.
Awesome. Cheers. Make it a great one.
Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.